Hello, Commanders. Automatic Gamer here, and welcome to my NFL Week 14 predictions. Now, last week, there's still a lot of weird things going on in the NFL. We got shut out last week by the Seahawks, 0-26. If we can just salvage a win for the remainder of the year, that would honestly be impressive because of how our season has been going. The Bears are still holding on to the 1 seed and first place in the North, and the Patriots empire is still growing and growing stronger by the day and week. We need some NFL Jedi to fight back against this emerging darkness. Starting things off with Thursday night football, you got the Dallas Cowboys facing off against the Detroit Lions. So the Lions, of course, losing on Thanksgiving like it's usually written to be, to the Packers. Of course, the big instances for that game is, I think, one, because how they played, obviously, with Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery trying to hopefully run all over the Packers, but that didn't really end up working. And, you did lose some guys, especially like Amon-Ra St. Brown, so that's going to be a huge blow to your offense, that losing that, and also dealing with a few other injuries on the offense and defense, and also the press conference after the game is what is really interesting, because I listened to a press conference after that game for the Lions, and Dan Campbell and Jared Goff apparently now want each other out of here. They are talking behind each other's backs, and now they don't like each other. So who knows what's going on in Detroit for the Lions? They're basically in a internal crisis. I'm just gonna say that. And they're facing off against Dallas Cowboys, and Cowboys, of course, getting a win last week on Thanksgiving over the Chiefs. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, both played efficient football, both playing very, very well. Their offense was moving. Their defense is still significantly better with some of the trades that they got with the trade deadline, I think, with the Jets. So that's basically been a huge boost to the defense. So the defense is significantly better. The offense is still good. And for this game, I got to give the Dallas Cowboys the win. And if you're a Cowboys fan, you're just thinking this year is your year, even with Jerry Jones still as your owner. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks facing off against the Atlanta Falcons, the battle of the bird teams. I'm just going to get the Seahawks part out of the way because of what happened last week. We don't want to talk about that anymore. Seahawks giving the Vikings, I don't want to say the offense a run for the money, but definitely, good thing is defense showed up against Seahawks, even though 0-26, JSN, Sam Darnold, they didn't really have to do much. And, kicking field goals, scored a touchdown in garbage time, and, Vikings offense couldn't really do much or anything. Max Brosner looked pretty bad because he was just put in awful situations by Kevin O'Connell, and I think him and Kwesi are potentially going to be fired in a matter of days, or hopefully by the end of the season. But for the Seahawks, they're still playing very, very efficient football, trying to maintain a solid positioning in the NFC West, just on with the 49ers and with the Rams. And with them facing off against the Atlanta Falcons, going up against a very inconsistent team and a very poor team at that, in the Falcons. Just losing to the New York Jets. Honestly, that's pretty funny. You have a pretty good, solid lead over the Jets, and then finally I think it was a game-winning. It was I think it was a game-winning field goal that allowed them to win the game, and I'm like, okay, honestly, both teams are pretty bad, and honestly, I like the Falcons way more, and I'm like, you lose to the Jets. Honestly, I think that's really hilarious. So that was honestly pretty funny, and yeah, Jets facing off against the or Falcons facing off against Seahawks after them losing to the Jets last week. I don't really know if anyone's got faith in the Falcons anymore, just because of everything that's been going on with Kirk Cousins at your quarterback. You don't really know if you guys still want you guys don't want him anymore. You're just waiting for Michael Penix to come back at some point off after his injury for next year, because he's going to be out the remaining of this season with his ACL injury that he has. But I mean, at least he's still got Bijan Robinson and Drake London on the team, so that's good for a run game at least. But yeah, I don't really know if you're going to be able to do much against Sam Darnold, JSN, and the Seattle Seahawks offense and this defense. So for this game, I got to go with the Seahawks to get this win. And Falcons, yeah, I think it was really funny you lost to the Jets. Next, we got a AFC North match. This is most likely going to determine who's going to be winning the AFC North this season. You got the Baltimore Ravens facing off against Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, this will determine who's going to win the North this year. I pray it's the Ravens. Yeah, both teams, obviously, 6-6. Lamar Jackson still hasn't really looked like himself, but I mean, I think this will be a huge test going up against for each team. You got Lamar Jackson and the Ravens going up against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. So, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I don't really know. Well, it depends on if he's going to be playing with his hand injury that he had, if it's going to be Aaron Rodgers or if it's going to be Mason Rudolph. Because right now, I don't have any update on Aaron Rodgers' hand injury that he has. But as of now, if he's still going to be out, it'll be Mason Rudolph. But it could change in a matter of days. And yeah, with the Ravens still having Lamar Jackson, King Henry, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, everyone on the offense, still having a very good defense and a very good secondary. Yeah, for this team, it could be a very good and entertaining battle because both these teams sometimes they'll go all out or the Ravens will just run all over them with King Henry. So, yeah, for this game, depending on who quarterback plays, if it's Mason Rudolph or Aaron Rodgers, I think Aaron Rodgers will make the Steelers have a little bit more of a fight against this Ravens team. But yeah, for this game, Aaron Rodgers is still past his glory days. He's not playing as well as he should be. And, well, for these reasons, I have to go with the Baltimore Ravens to get this win, and hopefully they'll win the North. And, yeah, Steelers, you'll still make it into the postseason. That's what Mike Tomlin is leader out there for. Next, we got... Oh, okay, this might be... Okay, yeah, that's a game. Yeah. What else do I need to say? You got the Tennessee Titans facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, so both these teams end up losing last week. Titans only scored 3 points against the Jaguars, and don't worry, Titans fans, there's only 5 games left, so you only have to suffer for a little bit longer. I'm actually really sorry for Titans fans. And also, Browns, the only thing that's really good in your team, just like the Vikings, Myles Garrett, and the defense. It's just awesome. Even though Shedeur Sanders is looking not terrible, but also Quinshon Judkins as a phenomenal running back on the Cleveland Browns. He's just great. And also, yeah, this game might be pretty much low scoring. It could be defensive, who knows, because this secondary for the Titans isn't terrible, but it's also passable, which isn't great. And, yeah, for this game, just because I think they have a better defense and a better QB situation, and I have to go with the Cleveland Browns and Titans. There's only 5 games left, so don't worry too much. Just protect Cam Ward and don't let him get sacked. But that's most likely what's going to happen. Next okay, this game seems way more entertaining. We got an AFC South match. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. The Jaguars able to pretty much put away the Titans in the first few minutes of that game. Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars had themselves a pretty phenomenal good day, and now they're in first place in the AFC South. And the Colts, losing to the Houston Texans last week, Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor couldn't really do much against that Texans defense. And going up against the Jaguars, this might still be another tough test for the Colts. I mean, if they want to win this division, they're going to have to knock down the Jaguars because now they're in second place in the division. So this might be a really entertaining battle to see which team is better, depending on who is going to show up, and also who this will determine on who might end up winning the division. This might be a 2-team race between the Jaguars and the Colts, which honestly I think would be very interesting going up against these two teams. Because both quarterbacks, I think Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence, I think are both very good. But, I mean, the Colts do have Jonathan Taylor to hopefully run all over the Jaguars. So, I mean, that's something. And, well, I mean, yeah, still, both teams have pretty good offense and still they still have a pretty decent and good defense. So, I mean, for this game, it's a divisional match, so you never know what's going to happen. But, I mean, just because the Colts haven't really been the full-on Indiana Jones and the Colts yet, I mean, I'm going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to get this win. I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts are able to get a quick victory with Indiana Jones and Jonathan Taylor. So, yeah, for this reasoning, I'm still going to go with the Jaguars to get this win, but it still wouldn't surprise me if the Colts end up winning this game. Next, we have the Washington Commanders facing off against the Minnesota Vikings. Our team, the Minnesota Vikings, scoring no points in that game against the Seahawks. Max Brosner did not look great. We could not get a run game going because Kevin O'Connell, you just refused to run the ball. You got Aaron Jones, you got Jordan Mason in the backfield. The one thing that is saving this team, I love our defense. The Brian Flores defense and his whole scheme and spiel, it's just amazing. It's the one thing that is always going to save this team, no matter how much we do suck in the NFL for this year. I mean, going up against this Commanders team led by Marcus Mariota and with Scary Terry, though, still, this could, I think, be interesting because, well, it's being played at US Bank Stadium in our house, so that might give us a huge edge and advantage, so that'll be nice. And I do think because we have a still really good physical, solid defense, I think that might give us a huge edge going up at this Commander squad with Marcus Mariota and Scary Terry, and I think we'll be able to limit anything that the Commanders are trying to do in the run game or passing game. So yeah, for these reasons, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings to get this win. And Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, if you guys are watching this, just start running the F out of the ball in these last few games. Even if we don't make the playoffs, just start running the ball. And also, if whoever's going to start our quarterback, if it's going to be J.J. McCarthy or someone else, just keep him around so he can continue his training to becoming hopefully our franchise guy and build up his power up against this Patriots empire. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins facing off against the New York Jets. The Dolphins barely able to beat the Saints. Yeah. And so that's not too bad. I mean, one, it's a bad team, so who knows? And also, I mean, Mike McDaniel, just like Kevin O'Connell, they're both still on the hot seat. But also for the Dolphins, because getting this win, even though it's against a bad team, this might be a turning point for their team and their franchise. Because still, one, you don't know what you're still going to do with Tua at quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. And also, the bright spots on your team is, of course, going to be Devin Achane, one of the best running backs in the NFL, and Jalen Waddle, a phenomenal wide receiver in the NFL. So that's just amazing. And yeah, going up against a Jets team that just kicked a game-winning field goal against the Falcons last week, but still, they're the Jets. They don't have a good defense. They don't have a good offense. Their secondary isn't great. I don't know if Aaron Glenn's going to stick around this year for the rest of the year to coach the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised if he left pretty soon. But yeah, for this game, I mean, it could be a potentially high scoring or could go either way because it's a AFC East divisional match. But yeah, for this game, I got to go with the Miami Dolphins to get this win. And Devin Achane, Jalen Waddle, you are amazing football players on that Miami Dolphins squad. Even though our head coach and Mike McDaniels are very much on the hot seat still. But the Dolphins fired their GM. We still have our GM, unfortunately. Speaking of the Saints, you got the New Orleans Saints facing off against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints, just about to battle their way back against the Miami Dolphins, just about to win that game, and comes down to the onside kick, but the Dolphins make a stop after the Saints do end up getting the ball. And for the Saints, Tyler Shough hasn't looked the greatest. I mean, who knows if they're still going to have to shop around for a quarterback? Who knows who's going to be their franchise guy, since potentially Shough is not the answer, or if they're going to just go back to Spencer Rattler or not. But yeah, the Saints are just in a little bit of a mess like any other team in the NFL right now. And I mean, going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield being back after his injury to his shoulder that he had. So happy that he's back, by the way. And also, you still got Ibuka, who's still in. You just got You just got Bucky Irving back. I think Chris Godwin might be in there. I could be wrong. And I think right now you're just waiting for Mike Evans to come back next year off his injury. And for the Buccaneers, they're getting healthy at the perfect moment and perfect time. And I think they might still be in prime position to win the NFC South. Their biggest competition right now is obviously the Panthers with Bryce Young, who hasn't really looked too bad for these past couple games, especially in that Rams game. I was so shocked that the Rams lost to the Panthers. But, yeah, I'll get to the Rams and the Panthers in a minute here. But, yeah, I mean, for this game, they're getting healthier at the perfect amount of time. But, yeah, I think with all this going on for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they'll end up winning this game. And they are still in prime position to win their division. So, Baker Mayfield, just keep on baking up those wins. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals against the Buffalo Bills. Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen. Okay. This might be interesting because, well, obviously I still didn't expect them to play Joe Burrow because of what happened to him in week 2, and also their season is kind of over. So that's something. And yeah, for the Bengals, of course, beating the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, who still hasn't fully looked like himself, which is interesting because of how he usually plays. And with Joe Burrow still being back and hopefully going to not be injured again for another few months, going up against Josh Allen, James Cook, and this Bills team, this might be another really good test because I know that the Bengals still have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson on the defense, and Jamar Chase and is on the offense, so that's really good. They do have a good offense. Their defense is definitely taken a bit of a step up, so that's pretty good for Bengals fans in Cincinnati. So that's nice. So Kitty's going meow for a little bit. But yeah, for this game, I think it might be a little different going up against another MVP quarterback in Josh Allen. And with James Cook in that run game, I mean, he can just usually pretty much run all over you. And the Bengals defense still isn't the greatest, but I mean, it's taken a step up, so that's something at least. So they may try to limit Josh Allen and James Cook and whatever they're trying to do for the Bills. So I mean, for this game, I mean, it could be a really close game and potentially high scoring, but for this game, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to get this win, and Bengals. Kitty goes out this week. Next, we got an AFC West showdown. We got the Denver Broncos facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders. Broncos getting, of course, the upset victory against the Washington Commanders. So, Bo Nix, everyone else played well on the offense. Their defense is still one of the top in the league, one of the best. And going up against the Raiders, I'm going to guess it won't be 10-7 like it was last time, even with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. But yeah, I mean, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll again, I don't really think they're the answer for Vegas Raiders. Because, yeah, I think we knew that they were going to be a stopgap, and I think they're going to be drafting another quarterback to see how things are going to go for the Raiders. And yeah, going up against the Broncos with a phenomenal defense and a really good offense and a good quarterback who can believe in Bo Nix, I got to go with the Denver Broncos to get this win. And Raiders fans, I just kind of feel sad because of what happened with Geno Smith. Even though next you got the Chicago Bears facing off against Green Bay Packers. I think Packers fans have been waiting this game for a long time, even though they play each other again in like a couple weeks. For the Packers winning against the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving, and then the Bears winning on Black Friday against the Eagles, running the absolute crap and hell out of the ball against this Eagles defense, who couldn't really do anything to stop that run. And for these two teams, one, they've been waiting for this battle for a pretty long time now. And Ben Johnson, he's definitely the head coach for Caleb Williams and this Chicago Bears team and squad. They still have a really good run game. Yes, I'm jealous of it a little bit because we can't run the ball. And, I mean, Caleb Williams, he does look really good. They have a really good offense, really solid defense at times. And, well, they do have a pretty good defense. And for the Packers, they might be looking like, wait, the Bears are good? I'm actually scared now. And they got the 1 seed? I'm even more scared. So that might be what they're thinking, even with Jordan Love at quarterback. And also, the Packers still dealing with a still good amount of injuries on the offense and defense. So that's going to definitely limit them a little bit, even though it is being played at Lambeau. I don't really think the Bears are going to be deterred for that game. And I think they're still going to really want to win this game and to maintain their position in the NFC North. So for this game, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears to get this win. Even though if both these teams end up tying or something, I will laugh because that will be insanely funny. Even though the Bears will still be in first place, I still can't believe that's happening. It should have been us. Then we got the LA Rams facing off against the Arizona Cardinals in NFC West showdown. The Rams losing to Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young had himself a very, very good game. And of course, I mean, Rico Donald, he was great. Hubbard was still great. Their offense is still working on some things, still humming along. Their defense is decent. And also, I cannot believe they still were able to actually beat the Rams, the top team in the NFL right now, in my opinion. I mean, for the Rams, going up against this Cardinals squad, I think this may be a little bit easier because, well, the Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett and Kyler Murray, they still aren't the greatest, even if I think Jacoby Brissett is better than Kyler Murray. But yeah, I mean, going up against this Cardinal squad for the Rams, you got the three amigos. You got Matthew Stafford, you got Puka Nacua, and you got Devontae Adams. So there's your three amigos. And, well, yeah, that trio, they're kind of unstoppable. And, of course, still a very good offense, a very good defense, very good secondary. And going up against this Cardinals squad, it might be a long day for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm just kind of sorry for that, but yeah, for this game, I have to go with the LA Rams to get this win. And whose house? Rams' house. Then on Sunday Night Football, you got the Houston Texans facing off against Kansas City Chiefs. Texans beating the Indianapolis Colts. Probably one of, if not the top defense in the NFL, besides the Vikings with Andrew Van Ginkel. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, jokes aside, Texans defense is just absolutely really damn good. I mean, and the Texans might have a little bit of an easier time, or potentially, well, who knows? The offense may change a little bit with CJ Stroud coming back for this game. The offense still isn't the greatest. I mean, Davis Mills, he did a pretty good job in order to maintain the offense of the Texans for the past couple weeks. And yeah, going up against this Kansas City Chiefs squad, they haven't looked their best. Patrick Mahomes hasn't looked the greatest. Travis Kelce hasn't looked the greatest. They really need to work on, I think, their protection for Patrick Mahomes, because that defense, I think, will probably be able to want to or be able to get after Patrick Mahomes and the quarterback. So, yeah, this might be a really rough and long day for the Chiefs if they can limit the Texans' defense. But I don't really think you can if their defense and their secondary is that good. And I know the Chiefs have a good offense. They have still a good defense there. But yeah, for this game, I have to go with the Houston Texans to get this win. And, well, Chiefs, if you don't make the playoffs, I think that'd be pretty funny. But there still is one empire that we need to beat, and that's the Patriots. But I do have a feeling in the Force that the Patriots will lose straight away in the wild card. Then, on the Monday Night Football, you got the Philadelphia Eagles facing off against the LA Chargers. The Eagles last week, of course, losing to the Bears on Black Friday. They could not stop that run on their defense. They still, I think, want Kevin Patullo on their offense fired. They couldn't get Saquon Barkley going. Jalen Hurts didn't have his greatest day in the world. And going up against this LA Chargers team with Justin Herbert, he's still a great quarterback. His team is just a little bit of abysmal here and there because you don't really know too much what's going on for the LA Chargers. They still can be a good team, but I think they just need to rework some things. I mean, still have a good quarterback and still have a good head coach. So that's good. Their offense is still pretty good. Their defense is still nice. But yeah, I mean, this game, who knows what it's going to come down to because Eagles defense is still good. The offense can still move the ball really well, especially with Saquon Barkley in that run game. And I think it's going to be different going up against this Chargers team instead of the Bears from last week, not being able to run all over you. But yeah, I mean, for this game, I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles to get this win, and Chargers just don't Charger it. And that is my predictions for the NFL Week 14. If you guys want to talk more football with me, subscribe to my channel and join my Discord, and I will see you on the football field, Commanders.